Fuxi in troubled times, Wang Mang's reversal of the paralyzed youth. Chapter 1, Waking up in the mist. The sky was grey, dusty, and the air smelled of gunsmoke. When the young Sima Qingchen woke up, he found that he was in a dilapidated village, his body was no longer paralyzed, and his legs could move as before. He looked down at his limbs, confused and surprised. Memories are flooding back. He was originally a modern teenager paralyzed by an accident, but in a sudden darkness, he traveled through time and space to the troubled era of Wang Mang 2000 years ago. A group of villagers dressed in ancient costumes in front of him looked at him in surprise, and the language in his mouth was intermittent, which was a dialect of the Eastern Han dynasty. At this moment, the old village chief Shen Shunheng slowly walked out, with kindness and doubt in his eyes, feeling the unusual aura of the young man. Chapter 2, The Legacy of Fuxi and the Adventures. There is an ancient temple in the village, and the legend hides the Taixuan Sutra left by the real people of Fuxi. Under the guidance of the village chief, Sima Qingchen found the hidden scriptures, which contained the principles of the Great Dao and the 5 elements of Yin and Yang, as well as peculiar Taoist exercises. With his cultivation, he not only recovered physically, but also mastered powerful internal strength and strange formations, which made him a presence to be reckoned within the village. However, Wang Mang usurped the Han dynasty, the country was in chaos, and villages were frequently ravaged by thieves and rebel armies. Qingchen decides to use what he has learned to protect the villagers while looking for clues back to the future. Chapter 3 Lu Xiu's accession to the WDO. As the turbulent times were brewing, Lu Xiu, the future emperor of the Eastern Han dynasty, led the rebel army to rise up. In a chance encounter with Lu Xiu's rebels, Qingchen showed outstanding martial arts and wisdom, and was invited by Lu Xiu to join the rebels. The two quickly formed a deep friendship. Qingchen used the Fuxi Gong method to arrange formations for the righteous army, and repelled the attacks of Wang Mang's army many times. In the rebel army, there are 2 talented people, the famous General Zhao Junlin and the strategist Fang Qingyang, who fight side by side with Qingchen and experience the changing times together. Chapter 4, The Shadow of a Traitor. The internal turmoil of the rebel army is treacherous, and there is a spy sent by Wang Mang, Zheng Huayuan, who is good at using poison and hidden weapons to create chaos. In a key battle, Zheng Huayuan designed to frame Qingchen, so that he almost lost his life to the enemy. Fortunately, Fang Qingyang noticed the abnormality, secretly investigated the truth, and exposed Zheng Huayuan's conspiracy. Qingchen and the rebels have experienced the test of trust and are more united. Chapter 5 Troubled Times. In troubled times, emotional entanglements are equally complex. Qingchen had a deep affection for the female general of the rebel army Sol Lingyu. Lingyu was strong and charming, and was a general of Wang Mang's army, and later defected to Lu Xiu. Lingyu struggled with loyalty and love in her heart, and fought side by side with Qingchen, and the two supported each other and became a pair of legends in troubled times. At the same time, Qingchen's old and modern friend Yang traveled to the south, but became a member of the opposing forces, forming a complex triangular relationship. Chapter 6, Desperate Breakthrough. The rebels suffered a series of defeats, and Qingchen and Lu Xiu were in danger of being besieged. At this time, Qingchen used the Fuxi formation to lead the elite troops to break through the enemy's encirclement under the cover of night. This classic Dark Night breakout reinvigorated the rebels and boosted their prestige. Chapter 7, The End of Wang Mang. In the final battle, Lu Xiaoyi's army and the remnants of Wang Mang launched a life and death duel in Kunyang. Qingchen gave full play to the Fuxi Gong technique, cooperated with Zhao Junlin's iron-blooded tactics, and Fang Qinjiang's strange plots, and repeatedly broke the enemy's formation. Wang Mang was eventually beheaded, and the empire returned to the Han dynasty. underscore 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 un. Chapter 8, Choices for the New Era. The world is peaceful, and Qing Chen is faced with a choice, whether to continue to stay in this historical era, or to find a way to return to the future. Accompanied by Su Lingyu, he decided to protect the land he had guarded with his blood and became the guardian of the Fuxi Dao law. The story ends in the scene where he and Lu Xiu jointly created the prosperous era of the Eastern Han Dynasty, leaving endless legends. Chapter 9, Night Raids and Puzzles. The court of the Eastern Han Dynasty was turbulent, and Lu Xiu gradually sat on the throne, but Wang Mang's remnants were still unwilling to be destroyed, and secretly united with many forces to plan a counterattack. Qing Chen and Su Lingyu were ordered to lead their troops to attack a secret enemy base at night, intending to cut off the remaining food supply of Wang Mang's forces. The night was low, the moonlight was like water. Qing Chen cast the Fuxi formation, side by side with Su Lingyu, and quickly cut into the core of the enemy camp. The firelight in the array flickered, the swords were staggered, and it was bloody for a while. Just when Qing Chen cut off the enemy's flag with a knife, he found that there was a secret letter written to the ministers of the Eastern Han Dynasty, which involved the conspiracy of the powerful minister Gongsun Lang in the court. This made Qing Chen fall into a more complicated political puzzle. Who is the enemy and who is the friend? It is difficult to distinguish for a while. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 10, The Shadows of the Imperial City. After returning to Luoyang, Qing Chen decided to secretly investigate Gongsun Lang's true identity and intentions. During a court banquet, Qing Chen infiltrated the palace as an ordinary soldier, using the technique of Fuxi to stealthily avoid the guards and spy on them. He discovered that Gongsun Lang was secretly conspiring with the envoys of the western regions, trying to sow discord between the Han family and the western regions in order to seek personal gain. Just as he was about to expose it, he was ambushed by Gongsun Lang's spies, and the two sides fought to the death in the palace corridor. With his agility and internal strength, Qing Chen turned the danger into a disaster and successfully escaped from the palace with the secret scroll. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 11, The Mantis Stalks the Cicada, unaware of the aureole behind. Qing Chen handed over the secret scroll to Lu Xiu and Fang Qingyang to study, and found that the forces involved behind it were far more complex than imagined. Gongsun Lang was loyal on the surface, but in fact he secretly connected with the consortium, tried to control the military power, and even colluded with Wang Mang's sworn party in an attempt to overthrow Lu Xiu. Qing Chen decided to lure Gongsun Lang to show up with false information and set up a net. In a fake rebellion, Gongsun Lang was lured out of the deep palace and ambushed. However, just when everyone thought that the conspiracy had been solved, another hidden black hand appeared behind Gongsun Lang, a mysterious man in black, whose identity was confusing and seemed to hold deeper political power. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 12, Transformation and Determination. Su Lingyu was seriously injured due to a long-term battle, and Qing Chen took good care of her with the help of Fuxi Gongfa, and the relationship between the two became deeper and deeper. However, Su Lingyu's past is gradually revealed. She was once an assassin of the mysterious sect Suanwu sect in the western regions, and her heart is entangled, and it is difficult to completely let go of her hatred. During a secret meeting, Su Lingyu learned that the Suanwu sect was instigating an armed rebellion that swept across the western regions and Han lands. Qing Chen is faced with a choice, whether to sacrifice emotions and expose Su Lingyu's secret, or believe in her repentance and fight the impending crisis together. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 13, Storms in the Western Regions. The rebellion of the Suanwu sect spread like wildfire, and the countries of the western regions fell into war one after another. Lu Xiu ordered Qing Chen to lead an army to the west, quell the rebellion, and restore the smooth flow of the Silk Road. The battlefield in the western regions was full of wind and sand, and Qing Chen and Su Lingyu led the troops to fight together, launching a thrilling battle in the desert. In a desperate situation, Qing Chen accidentally discovers the uncracked Mandate of Heaven cipher in the Fuxi scriptures, which may be the key to reversing the situation. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 14, The Mandate of Heaven and Rebirth. The Mandate of Heaven secret text reveals a shocking secret, the Fuxi Gong method is closely related to the natural power of heaven and earth, and only when the state of mind is proficient can one master the true power. Qing Chen experienced the test of demons, comprehended the infinite heaven and earth, the realm of the unity of yin and yang, and made great progress in internal strength and sword combat power. This transformation made him a prodigy who not only relied on force, but also with wisdom and heart. Solingyu was also inspired to break away from the Suanwu sect and become Qing Chen's strongest backing. Chapter 15 The Reign of the World. As the rebellion in the western regions was quelled, Qing Chen returned triumphantly with his troops. In gratitude for his contribution, Emperor Lu Xiu named him Fuxi Protector of the Country General. But Qing Chen knew that the world had not yet truly stabilized, and the man in black was still in the shadow. Chapter 16 The True Face of the Man in Black. In the early morning, Luoyang city was shrouded in a layer of mist, and Qing Chen stood on the city wall, his eyes as sharp as an eagle. He figured out the identity and purpose of the man in black in his heart, but he never understood the essentials. One night, Qing Chen receives an anonymous letter asking him to meet him at an abandoned temple outside the city. The letter contained only one sentence: the truth is about to be revealed. Qing Chen and Solingyu went with their troops. The temple was gloomy, and the candlelight was flickering. Suddenly, a dark shadow flashed, and a masked man appeared, calling himself Yun Zi. Yun's reveals that he is the secret guardian of the Han dynasty, secretly balancing the forces of all parties to maintain peace in the world. In the past, he had clashed with Wang Mang and Gongsun Lang. However, Yun Zi's true purpose is still difficult to judge, and his proposal to cooperate to fight a greater crisis puts Qing Chen in a dilemma. Chapter 17 The Trial of Loyalty. Lu Xiu was cautious about Qing Chen's contact with Yun Zi, the man in black, and sent his cronies to spy on him. At this time, there were many power struggles within the imperial court, and the remnants of Gongsun Lang and the Suanwu sect joined forces to instigate a coup. Qing Chen led the army to suppress the rebellion, but found that there were high-level officials secretly collaborating with the enemy. Solingyu went deep into the enemy camp to spy on intelligence, and risked her life but was arrested. In prison, she met her former brother Luo Tianheng, the head of the Suanwu sect, and started a contest between psychology and martial arts. Chapter 18 Life and Death Lost. Luo Tianheng forced Solingyu to betray Qing Chen and reveal the secret of Fuxi's exercises, otherwise he would kill everyone around her. Solingyu endured humiliation in prison and secretly waited for rescue, while Qing Chen secretly dispatched troops to rescue. The rescue process was full of dangers. Qing Chen and Fang Qingyang set a trap to lure the enemy, and finally broke through the encirclement and successfully rescued Solingyu. Solingyu's heart was hit hard, and she decided to let go of her past grievances and move towards the future with Qing Chen. Chapter 19 The Scales of Imperial Power. As the political struggle became increasingly fierce, Lu Xiu's attempt to implement reforms was resisted by conservatives and foreign relatives. Qing Chen was elected as an important military and political official in the court to assist the emperor in rectifying internal affairs. He knew that the root of troubled times lies in people's hearts, and began to promote clean government and education to revitalize social order. At the same time, the mysterious man in black, Yun Zi, helps Qing Chen expand his power in the shadows, and the two form an unstable alliance. Chapter 20 The Final Choice. Just when the world seemed to be about to usher in a great peace, the man in black revealed his true intention. He wanted to use Qing Chen's power to seize the throne and establish his own Fuxi dynasty. Qing Chen feels betrayed and falls into the biggest predicament of his life. With the support of Lu Xiu and Solingyu, he decided to fight Yun Zi to the death. The decisive battle was fought outside Luoyang city, and the two Fuxi forces collided fiercely, and the vision of heaven and earth suddenly appeared. In the end, Qing Chen defeated Yun's with sincerity and wisdom and protected the Eastern Han dynasty. Chapter 21 The Legend of a Hero in Troubled Times. After the war, Qing Chen refused the power of the court and chose to retire from the world, continuing to teach Fuxi Taoism and protecting world peace. Sol Lingyu was by her side, and the two of them jointly created a legend of heroes in troubled times. And his story has since become a myth for generations to come, inspiring generations of people.